Hey Survivor, welcome to episode 168 of the Vibrant Survivor podcast. We are staring a long weekend in the face. Not only that, but it includes probably one of the most highly commercialized holidays around relationships, that being Valentine's Day, right? And I don't know about you, Valentine's Day's never really been our thing. Like, we're more about don't talk about it, be about it when it comes to that kind of thing. So we're busy working on the relationship, working on the marriage, as opposed to going through all the pomp and circumstance surrounding the holiday with the overpriced flowers and the barrage of treats and things like that. Anyway, you may not be feeling it right about now. We've been talking about being fooled in the narcissistically abusive relationship, talking about betrayal trauma in the last episode. And if you feel like everyone has moved on faster than you have after narcissistic abuse, this episode is for you. But first, let's self-regulate with a 4-for-8 breathing exercise, if you'd like. And I invite you to uncross your legs if they're crossed, to settle into your seat, plant your feet on the floor, maybe stretch your arms back, stretch your shoulders out, open up. And we'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you notice in your body right now? Grab your notebook and pen, and let's dig in.
Hey Survivor, welcome to the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Do you want to disconnect from a narcissistic or toxic situation and heal? Are you Googling how to identify a narcissist, narcissistic abuse, and boundaries? Are you feeling stressed and lonely while trying to avoid being sucked back in and lied to again? Hey, I'm Lesley. As a busy wife and mom, I fell for the lies and manipulations of narcissists. I wasted my time, talents, and money on users who kept moving the goalposts. I wanted real relationships and business opportunities and to enjoy life with my family. Instead, I struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia, and I couldn't trust my body or anybody until I took a holistic approach to healing. In this podcast, you'll find tips for healthy living, trauma healing, and boundaries so that you'll have the freedom, confidence, and inner peace to respond, not react, after narcissistic abuse. Take a deep breath in, let it out slowly, and just relax. This time's for you.
I remember a time when I felt a lot of pressure to get over it already, move on. You need to forgive after narcissistic abuse. And the narcissistically abusive relationship had gone on for a while, and it was very hurtful and very shocking and very traumatizing, to say the least. And when I realized that I was in a bad situation and that I needed to get out of there, I went no contact. But still, as I was processing and trying to make sense of things and figure out who and what I was dealing with, there were people even close to me who were putting pressure, even laying me out, like during conversations, to get over it, move on. And it really hurt a lot. And I felt frustrated because I was still processing things. And I'm the kind of person, I'm a thinker, processor. I'm also a really good puzzle solver. And I did some psych ed testing last fall, and I scored very well on the puzzles and head math. So I did really well with that, and I take time to really think things through. And I'll admit sometimes I can take it a little far and be an overthinker, and it can be more detrimental. But in general, like, I really process things, really think critically, and really examine the details, look at things from all angles, and I'm very like careful and calculated in my decision making. And when I realized that I was in this bad situation, I was trying to process things in the aftermath, I just felt like I wasn't given the space by certain people to do so. And that didn't sit well with me. I just felt like, look, I just went through all this stuff. I have the right to process, like, and really think critically and carefully and analyze, like, what just happened here. And I had taken time out to go to Los Angeles to support a friend who was doing a show. And I had the opportunity to spend time with this friend, very positive, uplifting, encouraging, and also was a psych major, which, wasn't such a bad thing for me. And I took the road trip and took the opportunity to really clear my head, meditate, pray, and, listen to music and just enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the journey, and then have this great weekend supporting a friend who was performing. And I got laid out after I arrived and about not getting over it, moving on with this narcissistically abusive relationship. And, the funny part about it is that I took my time, ultimately. That it didn't sit well with me, the whole idea of like rushing and hurry up and get over it. It didn't sit well with me. Not only that, but it was hurtful. And I decided to really enjoy my weekend, support my friend, have some good girlfriend time, and catch up and all of that, share. And it was during that weekend that I realized where all of this stemmed from, which was very powerful for me. It was like a supernova moment when we were swimming, and she was asking me a bunch of questions, and I was kind of processing, and all of a sudden it hit me like a lightning bolt, like about my narcissistic upbringing, my family of origin, all the things. And I think that in contrast, if I had listened to the person that I spoke with on the phone prior to getting with my friend and did the whole hurry up, move on, get over it whole thing, I don't know if I would have had that revelation. I don't know if I would have been open to the questions and to really processing what my friend was asking me and doing a deeper dive. Yeah. So it just goes to show that speed does not necessarily equal strength, but self-regulation does. And there's a reason why we move slowly after narcissistic abuse. Our nervous system is in overdrive. We're hypervigilant. We're hyper alert, hypersensitive. Our trust is not the best. We're moving cautiously and maybe even feeling suspicious, and to the point where it just feels uncomfortable. And our brains are kind of recalibrating. And so the slowness is almost kind of a way to do like safety testing after narcissistic abuse. And that's what our brains are designed for, to keep our bodies safe. Research on trauma recovery shows that trauma impacts the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex of our brain, which affects trust, threat detection, and pacing. Thank you, Dr. Vanderkolk. And healing requires consistency, repetition, and safety, not speed. So let's lean into healing. L, lifestyle. It's really important after narcissistic abuse, in that aftermath, to reduce any overstimulation and to protect your peace. You know, we hear that a lot. Protect your peace, protect your peace. I'm here for protecting peace. So what does that look like for you, though? Is that putting a timestamp on activities? Or maybe cutting out certain activities because you're not feeling it? Like, say, come Valentine's Day. Maybe there's activities you're being invited to participate in this weekend and you're not feeling it, and that is okay. Maybe it's putting appointments on your calendar. Maybe you need to schedule a therapy appointment, a breathwork session, a coaching call. Maybe you need to remove some things from your calendar. Like I said, maybe there's a bunch of stuff going on this weekend. Maybe you need to cut some things out or cut back. And not only that, but in the realm of lifestyle, or in the area of lifestyle, who can support you in this? Not guilt you or shame you, but who can support you in this? Like, okay, if you are on the couch for the weekend and you're in your jammies, like, I will bring mine and I will sit with you and say nothing or watch what you want to watch. E, exercise. We've talked about moving in a way that's meaningful to you, whether that's walking, biking, running, a fitness class, whatever that is for you, yoga. Gentle movement helps to restore balance in your nervous system. So the question is, in addition to, what's the one exercise that you will do consistently, how can you move more gently? Because sometimes we want to power through things. Like when you're feeling a lot, like sometimes you want to go for that intensity. But what your body may need is gentleness. So how can you bring that into the picture when it comes to moving your body? A, attitude. Going slowly is not a sign of weakness. Going slowly is wise. That's a mind shift that you can make as you're healing and recovering. You can even have a mantra. Try something like, I am walking my path at my pace. Keep it positive, keep it uplifting, make it yours. And nutrition. In addition to eating gut-brain friendly foods to support your adrenal recovery and support emotional regulation, these would include foods that are high in fiber, that are low in processing and rich in nutrients, that are high in a rainbow of colors, that are organic and pesticide-free, preferably, whenever possible, and that are either blended or well chewed for easier digestion, per Dr. Sears. I would encourage you, in addition to that, to look at how you're eating. Maybe focus on that with mindful eating, chewing more, developing new habits and rituals around eating, maybe taking a cooking class. Maybe you're eating out a lot because you don't know how to cook, and that's okay. You can take a class. And maybe meal prepping at home as an act of self-love might be the perfect recipe for your trauma healing. Self-pacing shouldn't only apply to education or professional development courses or training. Your trauma healing after narcissistic abuse is an important part of health management, which also involves self-pacing. And you are worthy of walking your path at your pace when it comes to healing after narcissistic abuse. Remember, no rush, just rise. Thanks for tuning in, Survivor. Your self-paced healing matters. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
If this podcast has helped you understand who and what you're dealing with, sharpen your discernment, and move forward on your healing journey, share it with another survivor. Help me help others by leaving a review for the show. And let's connect on social. Take a screenshot, share it in your IG stories, find and tag me at The Vibrant Survivor, and I'll share your post too. I look forward to connecting with you on IG and seeing you back here. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll meet you back here next week. Bye-bye.